India has more than 50 languages taught in schools, and managing all of them in one school system has been one of the hardest questions in the Indian education system. The government's new three-language formula is a national policy that says every student must learn 3 languages during school. Of those 3, at least 2 must be Indian languages. Why? Well, according to policymakers, this is to bridge the gap between a student's local identity, their national belonging, and their global future. The National Education Policy 2020 states that the 3-language formula will be implemented, but no language will be imposed on any state. How will this work in classrooms? So 3 languages now are R1, R2, and R3. R1 is your primary or main language, which ideally should be a native or regional one. R2 is a second different language, and R3 is the newest and most contested edition. It becomes compulsory from class 6, starting midway through the current 2026 to 27 academic session. Students must learn at least 2 Indian languages. And here is the catch. Since English is considered a foreign language in this new system, English medium schools may struggle to fit regional languages into the main curriculum. Previously, students could take English, a regional language, let's say Marathi, and a foreign language like French or German. But this combination is no longer allowed. Now students starting class 6 who already study Hindi, English and a foreign language must either drop their foreign language or add a 4th one to meet the 2 native language requirement. So your combination could be English, Hindi and Marathi, but not English, Hindi and French. The only relief is that this 3rd Indian language, R3, will not be part of the class 10 board examinations. It will be only internally assessed by schools and won't affect your board marks or ranking at all. Schools are in a jam. CBSE had already asked schools to start R3 within 7 days of last month's April 9 circular. At this point, many schools assumed that they could start the program with class 6 students and take the next few years to implement it progressively all the way to class 10. However, the May 15 circular states that the policy must be started across all batches immediately, even without available textbooks, leaving everyone wondering what the rush is. Many schools face genuine shortages of trained language teachers, especially for commonly taught Indian languages. The real problem. The centre says no languages being imposed. While this is technically accurate, critics point to what could happen in practice. CBSE's newly released list of R3 languages excludes both Hindi and Sanskrit. Most CBSE schools are English medium institutions. English, therefore, might automatically become R1. Since students are also required to study 2 native Indian languages, the exclusion of Hindi and Sanskrit from the R3 list effectively means that every student will probably have to choose a 3rd Indian language completely alien to them. In this day and age, English is considered a core global language and necessary for work within the country and across the world. By making students choose between English and other foreign languages, they might be limited in their future options. Additionally, for students who have already dedicated themselves to a 3rd non-native language, years of their effort could go to waste. So where does all of this leave students, schools, and parents right now? From the current 2026 to 2027 academic session, if your children are in classes 6 through 10 at a CBSE school, they will begin studying their 3rd language from the options offered by the CBSE. As said before, it will not appear on their board exams, but will be on their report cards and they must pass internally. And for the policy itself, the real test is not in the debate, it is in the classroom. Whether a student in any part of India ends up genuinely learning a new language or simply sitting through another period they were never prepared for will determine whether this formula succeeds or fails. Thank you for watching. For more such updates, follow DeKoder.